Hey, what's up? This is my first video and my very first video, and I just want to talk about some of my experiences that I've been going through. Um, in particular, I want to talk about breakups. Yeah, that. It's such a difficult thing to talk about, and I feel like there's not enough content, at least as far as I know, on YouTube dealing with single men that have been through breakup, especially during the grief phase. Now, I know that there's a lot of other content, like the stages of a breakup, and what to do, what not to do during a breakup. But I really want to talk about what it's like to be broken up with, and I want to kind of break it down, and I want to eventually talk about the whole package, but I don't want to put it all in one video. So I just want to help people understand that what people go through, other people go through. It's not just them going through it, and that's what we feel, especially after we've been dumped. A little bit about myself. I just recently got dumped 2 months ago. I got dumped right before Christmas. December 15th, I got dumped. Here it is, it's February 3rd or something. So, yeah, it's recent. I mean, it's been a little bit of time now that it's gone by, almost 2 months now, but yeah, I'm a little further along now in my breakup. But I know what it's like to be in pain. I know what it's like to wake up and just not know where your life is heading, not know why you're here and why God placed this person in your life just to remove them out of your life. I know what it's like to think of the world as person and to always think about this person even after they left you, and to feel hopeless, feel like you're alone. But you're not alone. If you're a Christian, you have Jesus, and if you're not, you have family and friends, and hopefully you do. But if you're alone, like most men are, just know that you're worth something. Know that you're worth being loved. That you're not ugly. You're not unattractive. You're not stupid. I just know what it's like to be broken up with. I know what it's like to feel like God sent an angel and it was just for you, and then she walks out on you and you just don't know where your life is going. You can't see the positive anymore. You're just walking in sadness, and it's misery. It is pure misery, man. To give a little background, me and her, we got together. Well, to really give the background, like the very beginning. I knew her brother. Her brother and I went to high school together. I was a senior. He was in ninth grade, I believe. So he was behind me in school, and I met him, and I knew him from before, like when he was in middle school. But I was in the neighborhood only for like 4 months, and I moved out. But then I ended up moving back in that neighborhood, and I was a senior, and he was in ninth grade, and he remembered me. And it was strange because he was still in the neighborhood, and I knew his little sister, and she knew me, and I always had a liking to her. I think she was like 12 and I was 17, so that was like a big no-no. And even though it was 5 years, but those 5 years at that age are a lot. And anyways, I moved out of the neighborhood when I was like 18 years old, and I moved down the road, and I became a born-again Christian when I was 19, and I'm 5 years older than her, so I was 20, and I was walking down the street past that neighborhood. I didn't have a car yet, and some of my little sister's friends, which were her age, saw me, and we was talking, and she ended up calling them. And as fate would have it, she asked about me. She found that I was there, and one of them turned at me and looked at me and said, hey, she wants to talk to you. And I was like, no, because I didn't think it was right. I don't know, I just was at a different path in my life at that point. I really didn't want to deal with a 15-year-old girl, and had to deal with the repercussions of that being 20 years old. So I just shut her down, and then on Facebook, I was scrolling through Facebook one day, and I seen her on there, and I added her, and then we started talking, and it was like, it didn't feel like it was out of the normal. It felt like it was destiny for me to see her again. I never forgot about her, and I would, even after all that time, I would just think about her every now and then, all those years, and wonder, how was that girl doing, Damn, I should have talked to her that day, and I didn't do it, and I was regretting it, and now I had my chance to, and I started talking to her more and more, and we started talking, and I don't want to get into everything that happened, but eventually we ended up having like this long distance relationship because she lived like 80 miles away from me, and we didn't see each other that often. She didn't have a car when we first started talking. I had a car, but it was a little bit of confusion there. But I think I'll get into it in my other videos and see how you guys feel. Again, this is my first video, so I don't even know if anybody's going to be watching this, to be honest, but I felt led to do it, and I think it's going to be okay. But that's how we started talking, and it ended, it was good for a while, and then just 3 days before the breakup, she just started to get annoyed really easily by the little things. She just had this attitude, she would get mad at me for deleting messages I would send to her, and you can unsend them after you send them, like delete them off their page, off their phone. And she told me she didn't like me doing that, and I was like, well, I can do it, they're my messages, that's where I stood with it. And she didn't like that, but hell, what the hell. And then a little while later, 3 days later, that situation popped up again. I told you, she goes, I told you I didn't like you deleting your messages. I'm like, well, they're my messages, and I can delete them, and I will delete them. And I don't know, I put something on Facebook, I was like, I don't remember why I posted it, but I put, it takes a while, but eventually a person's true colors do reveal themselves. A person does reveal themselves. It takes a while, but something like that, like you get to know what a person's really about. And let me just switch this song real quick. And yeah, and I think she read it, and she got upset about it. And then she wrote me. I wasn't reading it. You know how when you get a message, you can just see it pop up on your phone. You can see the message, but you can see it, but you can't see the whole thing because you got to go into it to see it. And I seen her say, I'm deleting my Facebook. I'm getting off Facebook for a while. And I was like, why? And she said, because I can and I will. It was such a smart fucking remark that I couldn't believe it, and I was upset about it because I felt like if she was getting off social media, then she was cutting me out, and that's how I was thinking at the time. So I started texting her after she took off the Facebook, and I couldn't message her on Facebook, so I messaged her on her regular phone, started texting her, and basically, I was like, well, what the hell's going on? What's your problem? What? And it just blew up, and it just kept going, and I'll get more into detail about why, and there's more to it, but I was like, are we done? And she said, yeah. And I remember those words like it was just the other day. It stung me and it hurt, and I know what it's like. It was like, oh my God, like my worst fears became a reality. She's done with me. The girl that I love. Damn, it's hitting me right now. The person that I had hopes and dreams to be with, and the person that I thought I was going to spend my life with, and we were going to get a place together, and I was going to cherish and hold. She didn't want anything to do with me anymore. I guess I just needed to make these videos to get this off my chest, to let people know that no matter who you are, no matter where you are in life, no matter how broken you are, we can all get through this together, you know, and you can pick yourself up, you can get past it, you know. There is hope for you, because the Bible says there's hope for everyone if we would just come to Him. I had to realize that in my heart and in my soul. I had to realize that maybe the reason why it ended was because I was too clingy and I was too needy, and I shouldn't have made her first in my life. I should have put God as first in my life. And yeah, it ended, and I'm still dealing with it. I'm not over it, obviously, but I'm moving along. I'm a lot better than what I was, especially the first 2 days. I mean, I woke up and it was like I couldn't even breathe. Like, I was just like, no, you know. I'm just like, no, this isn't happening. We've been through too much. There's too much there. But yes, it did happen. You know, it was over. She left me. And I know that there's men out there and women alike. Your fear became your reality. You know, and just hang on. You know, learn from it. Don't be so needy next time if you were needy. Don't make that person number one in your life, even though they are. Just be confident in yourself more, you know, so you won't be so vulnerable almost. Don't ever put somebody above yourself. Don't elevate them to this status right here and put yourself down here, because you're worth more than just that. And here we go with another dark video. Apologize again about this dark videos. It seems like every time. But yeah, I just wanted to share that for anybody who's listening and is going through stuff. I'm praying for you, and you will get through this. We'll get through this together.